Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. A few moments ago, the Steeler offensive starters, including all-pro wideout Antonio Brown, were introduced. And they've got this crowd in a frenzy as they get set to square off with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him. And that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So a look here at the key inactives. And we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Here we go!
Back to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Hodges. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. He'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a big play there for the Steelers. 44 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Let's go!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading in.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off.
And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Christian Kirksey in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he survived.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go! 38!
Now back to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Myles Garrett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Come on, let's go!
On 2nd down, it's Bell. Able to fight through one tackle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll set up to throw. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
And this offense can get their tight ends involved. They can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
They'll drop to throw. Buying time. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper...
come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they split the... They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line.
Let's go! White, 90! White, 90!
They'll look to throw. And an alley to run. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
They'll set up a throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They're going to look to throw. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play.
And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And those 3 rushing touchdown games in this league, you know darn well, those are hard to come by. They're becoming even harder to come by as the years go by, aren't they?
Isn't that the truth? It doesn't matter what you do in terms of game planning. You may be a run-first team, but you're going to get some...
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. And two big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
Back to throw. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. He's back to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team...
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Here we go. What?
He'll look to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And the Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Come on, let's go.
They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And this one will be brought back to the 22. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of...
Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal and go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here, and it turns out they don't get it done.
So for Pittsburgh, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.